Feel good. There's 3 of us. We can do it if we work together. Give it up for Ewan, everybody!
Yeah, what's up, you guys? Yeah, new jokes. I gotta redo them. And Americans never accepted the metric system, I know why, because Americans need things to be all short and sweet, right? Like inch, foot, yard, not millimeter, centimeter, kilo. Like, shut the fuck up, nerd. And Al Pacino just had a baby. I wonder if it's gonna talk like him, right? He'll be like, hey, yo, I'm pooping here, hey! Like, hey, we're gonna make him a bottle he can't refuse, right? And jerking off sucks, It's not satisfying at all, right? It's like eating crackers and shit. Whereas, like, having sex with someone else is like hunting a deer, cooking it, fucking it. And English people drive on the wrong side of the road, right? And it's like, why? Don't you guys speak English? Like, what the hell? I think it's because for breakfast they eat canned beans on toast. Hey, you eat that shit every morning. You don't want to drive in oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a ghost once. Yeah, he was walking down Hollywood Boulevard. Well, I thought it was a ghost, but it turned out to be the actor Morgan Freeman. You can get beer at Chuck E. Cheese now? Yeah, I was like, well, hell, fuck Dave and Buster's. Yeah, when I was in the Army, the armed forces consisted of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and the Coast Guard, I was always like, they don't belong here, right? They're like the fucking Border Patrol, right? And now they got the Space Force. I'm like, Space Force? Who the fuck's the commander of the Space Force? Fucking Luke Skywalker? Yeah, birth control's getting ridiculous, We have natural born birth control. Yeah, it's called oral and anal. And having sex, it feels really good, right? It must be the same with animals, right? When they're having sex. And what about like when a flower gets pollinated? It's probably like, oh fuck, my stem is shaking. Yeah, I don't think eating ass is a good idea. Yeah, that's how you get dysentery and shit. Yeah, remember that old Oregon Trail game where everyone would get dysentery and die? I guess people back in the Oregon Trail days were fucking eating ass like hotcakes and shit. In my opinion, Asian women give the best blowjobs. If any ladies would like to defend the honor of their race and prove me wrong, you can meet me in the bathroom later. Yeah, I have a therapist. I don't think he's very good. Yeah, I've been telling him about this reoccurring dream I've been having. In my dream, I'm doing stand-up, like right here. And then I look down and I notice like this huge boner sticking out and shit. I'm all embarrassed and shit. I wake up. And my therapist, he said the boner represents the thing that I want most in life. And I was like, oh, you mean stand-up comedy? He said, no, fucking bitches. Yeah, it's weird how chilled out Hawaiian people are, right? Like, how could you be so relaxed living on a fucking volcano? I guess that's a secret. It's like, we can all die today. Let's go surfing, bro. Yeah, I'll tell you this story. My one gay story, right? My parents, they had a carpet cleaning company in LA, right? And so after I got out of the Army, I was working for them. Anyway, we get a lot of work in West Hollywood, right? Because a lot of other carpet cleaning companies, they don't really like going out there, right? And so we don't care though, we're an immigrant company, we'll go anywhere. And so I'm going to this guy's house. And then the way we clean carpets, right, is we go to the furthest part of the house. And we work our way backwards, right? So that way we're not stepping on an area that we already cleaned. And so this guy leads me down this long hallway, right? And it's full of all these little pictures, right? Kind of like this, but they're all smaller. And I go down into the room, and right on the wall, right, I see this giant poster of like a naked dude, right? He's all laying there, he's like, right? And then on the other wall, there's a fucking bigger poster with 2 naked guys, right? One of them's holding the other guy's dick, right? They're both like, right? And so I'm like, okay, nothing to see here, right? Shit, I'm just trying to get out there, And then I hit something under the bed and it starts making all this noise, right? I'm like, what the fuck is, And then I saw what I could only describe as a blinking, beeping, twisting, transformer dildo snake. It was all spinning around and shit, making all this noise and shit. Like, I didn't know how to turn it off, you know? I was like, what the fuck? It was all greasy and shit. I was like, ah! Finally, I turned it off. I threw it under the bed and shit. And I'm just trying to get out of there, right? I'm like going down the hallway and shit. And then I look at the pictures, and then I see what the pictures are. They're pictures of other carpet cleaners with their dicks hanging out. I was like, oh my God! And then I hear this, and I turn around, and it's a guy, you know? And he's standing there in the fucking doorway with a fucking camera in one hand and like a couple $100 in the other. I was like, man, you know, cause I'm not gay or anything like that, you know, but I was like, oh, okay, like this. Yeah, the other day, I was driving around the other day, and I got pulled over by a horse cop. Yeah, it was crazy, you know, I didn't even know he was behind me. And I hear this, woo, woo, and it wasn't a siren making that noise either, it was a horse. Yeah, you know, one of my buddies is Muslim, so he doesn't eat pork, right? So he's always trying to pork shame me and shit. So he's like, oh, gross, you eat bacon and sausage? It's like, man, I'm Korean, right? We eat dog, right? Yeah, you know, scientists reported earlier this year, for the first time, 2 male humpback whales having sex. Yeah, Hollywood's already going to make a movie about it. Yeah, they're going to call it Humpback Mountain. Yeah, it's weird how this language changes over time, right? Like nowadays, if a guy told me he was going to blow my brains out, I wouldn't be sure whether to run away or pull my pants down. You know, the NFL has one Asian player, and he's a kicker. Could you not find a more racist position for this guy? What is he, go out barefoot in the karate uniform? Yeah, I was watching his Bigfoot show the other day, and it struck me as how dedicated these Bigfoot hunters were. You know, they're like so devoted to something that might not even be real. Like comedians in their careers. Okay, I'll end with this last joke. You know, there's a new disorder going around. It's called Usher syndrome. Yeah, it makes you go blind and deaf. That's crazy, you know? I always thought when you got Usher syndrome, it just made you go, yeah! My name's Iwana, I'm out here, thank you!
Hell yeah!